Hi everyone, welcome to day 5 of the 30-day tapping challenge. I wanted to give you a chance to hear my take on Faster EFT. It's actually a blend. It's acknowledging all the feelings, and there's some research-based information that's also in my tapping sequence. So here it is. First, just like you would with normal EFT, identify the problem or the issue. And like I described yesterday with Faster EFT, really recall it in detail. That's useful for any kind of tapping anyway. Notice how the feelings that come up and really associate into what's happened for you. Imagine as if you were there, see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and just notice the intensity and give it a rating on that scale from 0 to 10. And you might even write that number down. So I'll give you a second to tune in and write down the number. You can even pause the recording if you want. And then we'll start tapping. So take a deep breath and start at the karate chop. Even though I have all of these feelings, even though I'm feeling sadness or fear, anger or frustration, resentment, guilt, shame, even though I might be feeling judged or judgment, or feeling betrayed or feeling regret, all of these feelings, I choose to remember that they are all temporary. It's when I don't acknowledge them, they get stuck in my body and in my whole system. I choose to remember that all feelings are signals, and I'm learning to pay attention. Even though I'm feeling so many different feelings right now, maybe it's sadness, maybe it's fear, maybe it's rejection, maybe it's overwhelm, maybe it's loss, maybe it's resentment, guilt, shame, abandonment, shunning, helplessness, hopelessness, discouragement, any of those feelings. I choose to remember that they're all temporary. It's when I don't acknowledge them, they get stuck in my body and in my whole system. I choose to remember that all feelings are signals, and I'm learning to pay attention. Top of the head. I acknowledge and allow all these feelings to flow in me and out of me. Eyebrow. All sadness and resistance. Side of the eye. All fears. Under the eye, all these different kinds of fears. Under the nose. I acknowledge all the different emotional traumas. Above the chin, all the anger and frustration. Collarbone. I'm allowed to feel these feelings. Under the arm. I'm allowed to feel judgment, guilt, shame. I'm allowed to feel it all. Top of the head. I'm allowed to feel betrayed and regret. Eyebrow. And I remember that feelings are temporary. Side of the eye. I remember that abandonment and rejection, and maybe even shunning, is temporary. Under the eye. There might be patterns for each of these feelings. Under the nose. And I remember that they're temporary. Above the chin. I remember that helplessness and hopelessness, and maybe even discouragement, collarbone, are all temporary. Under the arm. I remember that feelings of no control and wanting to quit are temporary. Top of the head. I acknowledge that maybe I don't know what to do. Eyebrow. And that's temporary too. Side of the eye. I acknowledge that maybe there are even some secrets under the eye. And anything else that might support what's been going on. under the nose. Those are all temporary too. Above the chin. I choose to remember, collarbone, that all these feelings are temporary. Under the arm, it's when I don't acknowledge them. Top of the head, that they get stuck in my whole body and system. Eyebrow, and I choose to remember, side of the eye, that all feelings are signals. Under the eye, and I'm learning to pay attention. Under the nose, I acknowledge that all these feelings can flow in me, below the chin, and through me, collarbone, and out of me. Under the arm, I'm allowed to have my feelings. Top of the head, even though it might not feel safe. Eyebrow, maybe it hasn't been safe in the past. Side of the eye, but I'm safe right now in this moment. Under the eye. Feelings are all temporary. Under the nose. And they're all signals. Above the chin. And I'm learning to pay attention. Collarbone. I'm learning to pay attention to all of these feelings. Under the arm. I'm allowed to acknowledge them. Top of the head. And I'm allowed to have them pass in me and through me and out of me. So stop and take a deep breath. And take a second to reassess the number on that scale from 0 to 10. And keep tapping if it hasn't gone down enough or if it's not at a 0 yet. You can always play this recording again. Happy tapping. Bye.